Hello, I'm glad that you can join me again for this walk through the King James Version of the Bible. I've enjoyed this Bible study, and I hope that you have too. We've made it to Genesis chapter 6, and Genesis chapter 7. We've ended chapter 6. We'll begin in chapter 7 today. Chapter 6 was Noah preparing for the flood with the building of the ark. He was given the specifications and such. And so in chapter 7, in verse 1, we read, "And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteousness before me in this generation." We learn later on in verse 4 that Noah and his family entered the ark a full 7 days before the rains came. Now, it's a sinful generation that Noah lives in, that everyone else on the earth is pretty much doing evil. We're told that all of man's thoughts were only evil continually. And so don't you know that Noah and his family were the subject of ridicule from these people when they entered the ark for 7 days for no apparent reason? But you know, it's a lot like this world today. Today, people who try to live lives of righteousness are often made fun of by those who are sinful and see absolutely no need in trying to live a righteous life. There are people today who don't fear a coming judgment, and so therefore they see no need to do what is right. They just see the need to get ahead and do as they want to do. But those of us who have faith in God, those of us who believe, those who believe that there will be a day of judgment, know that we need to prepare for it and we attempt to live lives of righteousness in preparation for that coming day. Noah was not a perfect man. But yet we read here in the text that God saw him as righteous. Well, why so? Well, it was because of two things: Noah's faith and Noah's obedience. It seems that faith and obedience so often go hand in hand. When we have faith in God and put our trust in Him, then you know what? It becomes easier for us to obey Him. And when we truly put our trust and faith in Him, then we'll want to be obedient to Him. And think about Noah. Consider this. He had spent 120 years building the ark. That's faith. And it's obedience because he built it the way that God had instructed him to. And not only during this 120 years did he build the ark, but he preached righteousness to a people who would not hear him. You know, sometimes we find ourselves in much the same situation. We preach, and there are people who turn a deaf ear to what we have to say. But you know what? We keep preaching. Not because of those who turn a deaf ear to us, but we keep preaching for those who want to hear the word and want to be encouraged by the word, and for those who need to obey. They may not hear today, but you know, sometimes people change their minds, so we keep preaching, and just in case that happens, we preach for the ones who will receive His word. Look now at chapter 7, verses 2 and 3, and it says, "Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female. And of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth." In chapter 6, we read we're there to take animals 2 by 2. Here we read for clean animals by sevens and for others by 2. And of course, as years have gone by, and the story of the ark has been related, most times people just say the 2 by 2 and they don't mention the sevens. I think the sevens here is because the clean animals were animals that were fit to be used as food, and Noah was instructed to take along needed food. And so I think that's the case here. But it's an often overlooked thing as we study through the Bible. I think I'm going to go ahead and end our study here today because I try to keep these to about 5 minutes, and I'm getting on about 4.5 right now. But we'll continue to look at this as Noah continues to prepare for the flood. Folks, we need to be preparing for the coming judgment. Noah was a man of righteousness. Let us also be a people of righteousness. Let us have the faith and obedience that Noah had. I thank you for watching today. I hope that you'll continue to watch, and I hope that you'll come join us for worship services at the Bearden Church of Christ. We meet at 745 Cedar Street in Bearden. If you're coming from out of town, that's Arkansas Highway 203. We meet on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. for Bible study, at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. for worship services, and on Wednesday nights we meet at 7 o'clock for midweek Bible study. We hope you'll come be a part of us. We look forward to seeing you. We'll give you a warm welcome. Please come see us and keep watching. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye and God bless.